You're planning a summer vacation, but are you concerned about safety? Travel expert Gabe Saglier is here to help. I heard a little bit about what we're going to talk about right now, and I was very disturbed.
You're talking about the cameras on some vacation rentals. Yeah,
Yes.
it's getting some attention because Airbnb just about a little over 2 months ago did update its policy around surveillance cameras, hidden cameras on their properties. And so that's obviously flagged this as an issue, and some folks have gone public with some of their experiences and some of their concerns. I mean, these vacation rental companies, the VRBOs, the Airbnbs, HomeAways, they deal with several thousand complaints every year around home surveillance apparatus that might exist or might be found in some of their properties. The current policies, Shali, are that indoors, generally, cameras, even if they're disconnected, are not allowed. They are allowed outdoors as surveillance, not pointing indoors, but sort of a surveillance equipment, but they have to be disclosed to the guest as part of the agreement, right? So, yeah, generally, we just don't want to necessarily think that there are hidden cameras when we are spending a couple nights away in somebody's home.
Okay, so another news organization did an investigative piece on this, and Gabe, there were, if I'm not mistaken, 35,000 reports in the past decade about people who rent Airbnbs saying that there's cameras that were found in smoke detectors, in the clocks, and technology has changed so much over the past few years that you can't even tell that these things have cameras anymore. And it's unsettling when you're on vacation, you're going to these Airbnbs, knowing that there's somebody recording you.
Yeah, there is in the gig economy, there is this trust factor, right? You get into an Uber, into a Lyft, you're expecting that driver to be a safe and sober driver. You go into somebody's home for an Airbnb, you expect privacy, personal space that is not being surveilled. That's for sure. But there are a couple of things that I think some steps you can take. Number one, you've got to lean on those reviews. Reviews are the lifeline of any Airbnb host. So if you're looking at reviews where people have maybe shared concerns that they've found devices, those are properties you probably want to steer clear of. If you really are have some angst around this, contact the host directly. Tell them about your concerns and have them, sort of overtly tell you, no, there are no devices out there. If you're someone like my wife who really has some paranoia around these sorts of things, maybe you play a little bit of detective when you reach your property. You look for things that are out of place. A stuffed animal in the shower, that's a little strange. Maybe you remove that item, you cover it up. There are some apps out there that will scan the network that you're on, your Wi-Fi network, and identify devices that might be connected to that network. So that might have flagged some devices that are not your personal phone or your laptop, for example. So there are some tools to use for your advantage, but you just want to be obviously on the alert.
I know the stuffed animal in the bathroom, you bring that up example, but I think what was most disturbing for me when I heard this is that smoke detectors and clocks and things that just are in the place that they're supposed to be, to know that there's cameras in them. All good advice. So my question for you, if you're traveling also alone, there are some people that do that. How do you protect yourself?
And listen, solo travel is surging in popularity. More and more of us are thinking about doing this or are doing this now. You want to become a little bit more informed, I think, if you're traveling by yourself, about the destination, some customs and some cultural, some realities about the destination, some restrictions around curfews or locations that might be a little bit more sketchy. I think planning your itinerary a little bit more concretely and sharing that itinerary with family and friends, checking in with family and friends on a sort of a periodic basis where they're expecting sort of a quick check-in from you on, every other morning or so, and making sure that the folks are with you as you travel, even if they're not necessarily right next to you. And if you're traveling internationally, the State Department does have a program called STEP, Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. That's a free sign up where if there is any sort of a safety concern or social unrest at your destination, it links you with government entities at that destination that might make either get you out of there or just give you some resources if you need them, if you're abroad and alone.
Speaking of abroad, did you just go to Sydney? You got back? How was it?
Yeah, listen, producer Tiff said, hey, can you think of any safe places that come to mind? And we just got back on Sunday from a 2-week stint there in Sydney. I felt very safe in Sydney. A lot of lighting in public places, very bustling sort of downtown there in the CBD, the central business district, a lot of accessible transportation. There's quite a surveillance system. I'm not a big fan of Big Brother watching, but I got to tell you, that surveillance system in downtown Sydney, the CBD, does give you a little sort of extra layer of security. So anyway, that's my family kind of walking along the CBD. We had a great time there, 2 weeks visiting. I hadn't seen my brother since he moved there right before the pandemic. Hadn't seen him in almost 5 years. It's nice to catch up with Louis.
Beautiful. I haven't been. It's on my list of things to do. I'm okay with the
gotta do
cameras
it.
on the streets. I just don't want them in my
I know,
Airbnb.
just keep them out of the...
Keep them out of the bedroom and in the house. Gabe, thank you.
I agree. Yeah.